Hi, I'm Laura Holmi and I play trumpet with the Charleston Symphony Youth Orchestra.
Hi, I'm Holmi and I'm second horn in the Charleston Symphony Orchestra, and we have a fun video of brass maintenance for you.
First and foremost, we hope that everybody's staying as safe as they possibly can during the pandemic, and we also hope that you have found a way to alleviate your boredom. We've started playing cards! Cards!
So, if you've reached the point where you're looking for another activity and you're a member of the brass family, you can close the distance of social isolation by doing what we do. Share brass maintenance facts.
We're going to show you how to snake out your instrument, oil your valves, grease your slides, and clean out your mouthpiece. And we have a very special treat for you at the very end. Air is an important part of brass playing. Therefore, if your lunch from 7th grade is still in your lead pipe, something is very wrong. That's why we have our friend here, Mr. Snake. What you're going to do is you're going to take your tuning slide out and put it somewhere safe to make sure that it won't get damaged. And you're going to make sure your mouthpiece is not in your instrument. Then you're just going to run the snake through your instrument and make sure to pull it out fully, because it'd be very difficult to play with your snake in your lead pipe. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put your instrument somewhere safe and you're going to wash the snake to make sure the gunk doesn't stay on for the next time you clean out your instrument.
Another important part of brass maintenance is oiling the valves. Most importantly, this is to prevent the valve from being ruined slowly over time from lack of oil, but also it's to prevent the valve from either moving slowly or freezing up entirely. Now, there are two types of valves, the rotary valve and the piston valve, and Laura is going to demonstrate how to oil the piston valve.
So I'm going to use synthetic light valve oil. What you're going to do is you're going to unscrew your piston from your valve casing, and you are going to generously coat your entire valve in oil. Then you are going to put your valve back in the valve casing, and you're going to move it up and down a few times, making sure you put it in correctly so you are able to play it next time. And then you're just going to screw it back in, and you're done.
Now, on a rotary valve instrument, what you can do is you can use slightly lighter oil, valve oil or rotary valve oil, and often I put it in a needle bottle so I can get into small spaces a bit more easily. Small spaces include the springs on the front, and where the rotor actually turns, there's a slot in the back, and the needle bottle gets in there well. And then after that, to oil the main part of the valve, what you're going to do is you're going to take the slide out of your instrument, put a little oil down the slide, replace the slide, and then flip the instrument over and wiggle the key so that the valve is bathed in oil. And if you do it this way, you will prevent taking off all your slide grease and doing an extra step in the end. Greasing slides is an important part of brass care if you want the slide to move easily. This usually becomes very critical to student brass players if they ever want to move the slide to tune their instrument or to remove the slide to dump spit. So here's how it's done. First, if you can, pull the slide out. Then take slide grease, not cork grease, and put a little bit on your finger and put it on both sides of the slide. And then simply put the slide back into the horn and move it back and forth several times to evenly distribute the grease. And then you can take a tissue to wipe off the excess grease and your finger.
If the lack of airflow is driving you bananas, then you might want to check your mouthpiece. What you're going to do is you're going to take your mouthpiece and a mouthpiece brush, and you're going to stick the mouthpiece brush through your mouthpiece. And you rinse it off so the gunk cannot go back through your mouthpiece. And you pull it out, and you will rinse down any extra gunk that could have stayed in your mouthpiece, and you're done.
So after you've done all your brass care and your instrument actually works, you can write a duet. Ours is called Living at the Holmis Suite by Laura and Holmi.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.